Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Bradley Shaw, and tonight I'm talking to author C.N. Doherty, who has a new book coming out called Sun and Moon, which is a beautiful children's book. Good evening, Chelsea. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, Brad?
Oh, good. Thank you for talking to us again. Following the success of Little Wood Frog, you're coming out with Sun and Moon. So please tell everybody watching, what is that book about? What are they going to expect?
Yeah, so Sun and Moon, it's about children in Australia wondering where the sun goes when the moon comes out. So does it go to sleep? Does it go to the other side of the world? Yes, just kind of like a little discovery book of where the sun and moon go to play each day.
Beautiful. That's great. And did you come up with this concept through some childlike revelation with your own children or other children? How did this concept come up where you wanted to explain this dynamic?
Yeah, so it was actually from another child. I was running a workshop where I read stories and we play instruments with it. And her mum was saying to me, because she's got family living over in Amsterdam, that when we go to sleep, we need to say goodbye to the sun. So then it goes and plays with our family in Amsterdam. And that was really, really beautiful. And kind of thought about the book from there.
Yeah. So the dynamic is, of course, it's yin and yang, really, isn't it? The sun is over there while the moon's over there. And when we see one, they see the other. Yeah. Have you shared that with children so far? Has there been any feedback on this concept in this book?
I actually haven't shared it with anyone yet. I haven't
really
shared it with my children. So
it's going to be fun then.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Once I get the book in my hands and show my kids and see what they think.
Good. And it's not far away. So for Chelsea and everybody watching, it is coming in November. It's a wonderful, beautiful book. And if you can pre-order it on our website, or you can go to local bookstores as well. Please support local businesses. So Chelsea, tell us, with the Little Wood Frog, you were really entering into the market as a new author, becoming more confident as an author. How do you find now the experience with this book, having known what you've learned previously? How do you feel as an author now?
Well, I feel a lot more confident, really, getting out there and, helping out with the marketing, because I want to help the publishing, the marketing and the publishing side of that too. I want to be very hands-on. So I feel a lot more confident in getting out there, and I guess the way I hold myself as well, I seem a little bit more, feel a little bit more professional. So
good. And that's part of the growth, and that's part of what it's experienced. And I'm glad. So you've had positive feedback for your first book, Little Wood Frog?
Yes, I have. Yeah. And I had a lot of positive feedback from the last video as well. I'm so nervous.
I know you were very nervous, but now look at you. You're all relaxed and you look very content, very, as you say, more confident, which is lovely. Yeah, and so with this book, you've obviously, are you hoping kids will still learn something, or is it more a book about what you want to share of just a visual concept, just an idea of concepts?
I think it's a visual journey as well, but I do want them to learn something too. So, what does the sun help throughout the day? It helps the gardens grow. What does the moon do? It helps our tides rise and go out to sea. So just there's little hints in there, but again, I try not to give too much away, because I want kids and families to go away and research together and make that a learning experience for them together as a family.
And develop it themselves. That's right. Good. And I think that's important too. And as a children's writer, it's important that you don't make things preachy or forced into children's things. You've got to let them absorb it their way. I like that. So, and again, the process of the publishing process, the design and art and everything involved, that was, you were happy with everything working for that goal?
Yeah, I was really, really happy with it. So with this book, I had someone actually draw up the illustrations for me. She was a
Yep.
young girl, and me being a youth worker, I like to try and get people in the community and, give young people a go.
Yep.
So it's really special for me that this young girl has helped design the book, and
Hmm.
the illustrator that has done the book has, gone
Adapted
from
that.
her designs, and I just feel like it's really special, and she should be really proud of herself as well.
Good. Good. Well, that's nice. So what's the plans coming up for you in the future? For other books? Is there more coming for it?
Yes, there's more coming. So hopefully, well, more interactive books coming up. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm really excited.
Oh, not going to let anything out of the bag. Oh, that's all we're going to get, is it? Just there is a coming, but there's nothing but no hints. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine then. All right. So, if you the standard question as a writer and as an author, what would you tell somebody looking to start this journey as well? Like going back to where you were when you started as well, not long ago.
That's really hard. You put me on the spot.
How much have you grown? What's happened for you? What would you share?
Oh, I've grown a lot. I found what helped me was, so when I was writing Little Wood Frog, that story actually came while I was writing other stories. So
Yeah.
I had completed Sun and Moon and the other two books as well. And I was actually stuck on Little Wood Frog. So
Okay.
so just keep writing, like whatever pops into your head, get it down, because you don't know how it's gonna
Yeah.
help you with your other stories, and something might come of it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And I suppose children's books are hard because they're hard in a way that they're almost like, say, an idea based. They're not actually like a full novel. You don't have to develop a whole character. You don't have to have time to rechange everything. The idea is really quite a simplified thought that you just, evolve a little. And then, of course, it becomes, a children's book because the story doesn't have to be that complicated.
Yeah,
But it does have to be thoughtful, as you say. Kids have to understand it, and that's the challenge. So you've done that really well. And I think as you get into more books, you're going to grow and become a very confident and dynamic children's author in the future. So, yeah,
very much.
see big things coming for you.
Fingers crossed.
So just to wrap up, what are you hoping the readers really do want to share and take out of this Sun and Moon book? What do you really want to give them?
I guess I just want the children to have a think about, as they're looking up at the stars and it is time to go to bed. I want them to think about, where has the sun gone? It can't just disappear into nowhere, into darkness. So yeah, I want them to think about that, and I want them to think about how the planets work together to help us on Earth and in Australia and across the world. So
yeah, I mean, it's funny when you think about it, really, like that's a simple thought, but 1,000 years ago they still thought the sun went out in the water. Like they thought it was flat and it just disappeared and it just vanished. So just imagine that concept from what we know now. So no, it is something I think children will understand and be intrigued by it. I remember when the kids were little, I remember they came home from school, and it's funny how you take it for granted as an adult. And I'd say, so how was school today? I just learned anything interesting? And they'd go, oh yeah, I learned, this and this and how the sky's blue. And I went, without thinking, as you do as a parent, I went, oh yeah, I know that. And they went, really? How do you know that? Yeah. Because you just forget that you learned once before and it's all new to them. Like, honestly, and that's what's amazing with the simplicity of the stories, the beautifulness of your story, is it is going to be amazing, because they're going to go, they didn't really, that's what happens? Yeah,
that's right. It's the concept of, hang on, I've never thought about that before. Or even parents going, oh, I've never actually thought to explain that to my child. So because
some people just don't even tweak to, the fundamentals of being a child. We forget. As we get older, we just take it for granted. Everything's taken for granted. We've learned it. Yep, no worries, done. Yeah. But when you go back to children and you go back to these stories, it blows my mind sometimes, the simple things, how the kids just react to it. So, you've done a beautiful job. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Very proud of you. So anyway, everybody watching, please support Chelsea, support a starving artist. and help, and buy a book for your child. Buy a book for children to enjoy. It's called Sun and Moon. It's by C.N. Doherty. It's a beautiful book. Buy it everywhere you can, anywhere you can. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Chelsea.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, and take care, everybody, and stay safe during COVID. Thank you.